Important aspects to this is our brand guidelines. This is what's going to tell our AI how to write for you to make this specific to your brand, your products, your business, your target market. So if we navigate to the brand guidelines sections of the site, you'll see here you have brand and voice guidelines. This is where we tell the system our core philosophies on success work, our on personal branding context, tone of voice, language patterns, language examples, engagement approaches, everything that you will need to make this bespoke for you and make sure that it is hitting the right notes and producing content which is in your style and represents the way you wish to approach your target market. As well as the brand guidelines on this page, we also have our image styles prompts. So when we create a post, we also create an image if we select to do so. This image is created based on the main topic of the post. So if you're creating a post which is about products, it will use the product image prompt. If it's about innovation, or if it's about human contact and involves human emotions, etc., it will use the human prompt. If it's just news, it will use a news prompt, educational, the educational prompt, and so on. So again, it's important that when you're setting this up, you read these examples and you can then just tailor and edit them to be in the way that you want them. Use your brand colors, your own styles, whether you want hyperistic, whether you want graphical, whether you want cartoon, whether you want fun, whether you want to aim it at a certain type of demographic. This is where you set all those. Next thing we need to do is set up our writing prompts. So with social media, each platform has a specific style and format that's required. So in the system, before we even look at generating content, we want to make sure that we are telling it how to create optimized content for the platforms we're going to be posting to. So for this example, we've got LinkedIn, Facebook, X, Instagram, and a newsletter. So if we look at LinkedIn, for example, we're a very helpful intelligent LinkedIn writing assistant. Use single dashes in place of bullet points. Do not attempt to insert any links or references into the post. We talk about content structure. We're making this very professional, more formal language. If we then look at Facebook, for example, we're actually much more on informal language, more casual rather than clinical, and all those things, because we're addressing it for the audience that we know we're going to be addressing in Facebook. So LinkedIn, we're looking more business, corporate. Facebook, we're looking for more personal. X, also we got character restrictions and things like that. So again, read these, understand, and make sure they are tailored for how you want to write for these specific platforms. Great. So we've set our brand guidelines, we've set our image prompts, and we've set our writing prompts. We're now ready to look at how we're going to generate some content. So the first thing we need to look at is how we're going to generate ideas for the system to generate content from. So there's 3 ways we do this. We can just submit a area that we're interested in or a topic that we're interested in. So if we were to say, I don't know, AI agents effect on mental health in the workplace, and what we'll do is we'll submit that. What that's now doing is that's going off to an automation in the background, which is now going to carry out research on that topic and summarize that for you so you can then create posts from that later on, and we'll come to that next. The other way you can create content ideas is to use the URL. So if you have an article that you've read, it could be a LinkedIn post, it could be a news feed, could be anything. Pop the URL in there, click submit, and again, what it will do in the background, there's an AI automation running which reviews the article, understands what it's saying, summarizes it so you can then use it to create content from later on. The third way in which we create content ideas is there are 2 Google Trend modules running in the background which refresh every morning at 6 a.m. What these are doing for me is they're looking at AI automation and UK SME business news. And it tracks the top 4 trends and produces a summary on the top 4 trends and populates them into the content generator so we can use them for ideas later on should we wish to create any posts from them. So how do we go around creating posts? We've got our ideas, we've fed them into the system, and we're happy with that. We're now going to go away and create some posts. So As you saw a minute ago, I asked it to look at the impact of AI agents on workplace mental health, and it's gone away, it's done the research, and it's returned this summary of the research for me. I'm going to have a read of this and go, okay, that's quite interesting. Let's create a Twitter/X and a Facebook post on that, and we're going to say we want an image. And if you scroll through this, what you'll see is the Google Trends, which are coming through every day. It just gives us a summary of that. And what you then do, if you read it and you think that's a decent summary, you then basically select what platforms you want it to write for, whether you want an image, and what image size you want. Once you're happy with the content you've asked it to create, just click submit. Now that's going to go away and create the content for you. So we've now submitted our content for creation through our content generator. Again, I've just done it with one. You could effectively, we're going to do this at the start of a week, or you want to do it once or twice a week. You could create 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, however many posts you want to create. We then go to our posting for approval, and whatever you selected will now show up in here because it's now created the content, and we need to go through a review and approval process. So again, we did impact of AI agents on mental health in the workplace. This is a summary. This is the same summary we started with when we generated the content, and it's now produced a Twitter copy, and it's produced a Facebook copy. And if you recall, we also asked it to produce an image for the post, and based on our image prompt and the content of the post, it's created this image for us. So how do we now get this to post? What we do is we go up here and we go, great, we're going to select it as approved, and we're going to pick a scheduling time and date. So we'll pick 15th and we'll go at 10:20. Now we just submit that. That will then go away and be published. Next time it runs, if you basically create all your posts at the start of the week and approve them all and schedule them to post once, twice, 3 times a day for the next 5 days, if you go to the publishing queue, you will see all the posts which are due to be published. We've set this one to go at 10:20, which is about now. So that will then get published and disappear from this queue. But if you've got your week's worth of posts here, they'll all be here so you can then see them. So now we've covered how you would create a post through auto-generated content and ideas. The other feature to this is that you can still create your own post using your own images and schedule them to post. So how we do that is we go to create a post, select the platform we want to post to. So let's go to Facebook, type whatever it is you want to post on. I'm just going to enter some garbage here just for the purpose of demonstrating. Go to file upload. You can either drag and drop your file into here, or you can select it as you would do. If you're on your phone, for etc., it would take you through and you can select from your image galleries and so forth. And then click create post. That will then show up in your post for approvals with the image, and you schedule that the same way as you would with any other post. Now they've been published, you'll see nothing in the posting queue unless you have anything else scheduled for published later today or the remainder of the week. As well as the ability to manage, create and schedule all your social media posts across your business, you can also create marketing shorts. These are a series of 5 connected 8-second marketing videos, which you can create based on your company URL, the products you're trying to sell, your target audience, and your campaign style. So for this, for example, we're going to do this for Goth Bridals. We're going to make it a fun campaign. So you fill that out and you hit submit. Once you hit submit, that goes away and starts creating the campaign for you. And then once it's finished, because it will take around sort of 20 to 30 minutes to create all the 5 videos, It will then email you to say it's ready with the link, but you can then also access the folders from here. So for example, this is a video is already created.
Your bridle is, yeah. Choose from various colors and styles to match your horse's unique personality.
And as I say, each one of these videos you can then post across your social channels, you can include as part of a marketing campaign, however you wish to use them.